Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. This is Ingrid Fraser and I am a teacher by profession. You might be wondering why I'm telling you this. It's because in this video, I'm going to share to you my story on how I got my teaching license here in Canada as an internationally educated teacher. So, if you are a teacher in a foreign country and you want to come here in Canada to teach, then this video is right for you. Be sure to watch the whole video or to finish the video, because in the later part, I'll be sharing you some tips on how you could possibly shorten the process and not to spend a lot of money, time, and effort just to get what you want, teaching license. Because me personally knows some of internationally educated teachers who already have given up this dream because they said that it's really a long and hard process and it takes a lot of money. And some even said that they need to go back to zero in order for them to get the teaching license. Well, not in my case, because I got mine just exactly 1 year after I arrived here in Canada. Before I came here in Canada, before my visa was approved when I was still in the Philippines, I did a thorough research on how I could possibly continue my teaching profession here. Because, I worked hard. I really worked hard to earn this profession. And it's just so crazy if I'm just gonna let go of it. Because I've heard a lot of hearsay saying that if you migrate to Canada, you have to go back to zero. You have to start from scratch. As they said that there are a lot of doctors, engineers, lawyers from the Philippines or just doing menial jobs here in Canada. Because that's how it is. Because of the curriculum, we have a different curriculum, which is far from Canada's curriculum. So actually, hearing those kind of stories gave me a second thought to pursue migrating here. But I didn't have a choice because I had to come here because my husband is here. So what I did, I googled and joined FB groups of Filipinos who are already here in Canada, whom I thought could possibly answer some of my questions regarding that matter. And that's when I learned that, there's a way that I could possibly continue my teaching profession here without going back to zero. I also learned that I have to be certified first by the Ontario College of Teachers before I could apply to teach in their publicly funded schools. The Ontario College of Teachers is the one which governs, licenses, and regulates the Ontario's teaching profession in the public interest. By the way, the guidelines for becoming a teacher here in Canada varies by province. So it means to say that each province has its own guidelines. So I went to their website to check on how I could apply for the assessment of my credentials to see if I would qualify, or if not, what can I do to qualify. I was actually expecting that they're gonna require me to take some units to upgrade my learnings in some of the accredited universities here, especially that I came from another country and our curriculum is different from theirs. And also it's because that is the case for most of the internationally educated teacher applicants here. And up until now, they're still working on it. So in their website, I chose the internationally educated teachers option to see the requirements of an applicant like me who's from a foreign country. And I also printed out this registration guide that contains the requirements for becoming a teacher in general education, which is my category because I am an elementary school teacher. It is a 26-page guide, and it's just like a booklet after compiling it. One thing to remember is that you need to study this guide first before applying online so that you won't make a mistake along the way. You don't want your application to take long because of some mistakes, right? So it will really help. It did help me. So here are the steps. First is that you're gonna fill out a form online, and you don't have to finish this in one sitting because it's long. So what you're gonna do is you just have to save your work, log out, and then come back anytime and continue working. The data being asked there are all about your personal information, your education, your teaching certification, and your teaching experiences. Be sure that you have all the supporting documents in all the information that you have entered in the application because the college is gonna ask them all. Okay? And you are not actually gonna send all this document yourself to the college because just like your transcripts of your teaching education program, this document should be sent directly from the institution to the college, meaning it should be from the university where you've earned this degree to the licensing body here in Ontario, which is the Ontario College of Teachers. After filling out the form, you need to review all the information that you have entered to make sure that everything is correct, because any wrong information given would slow down the process. If you're sure that everything is right, you can click continue to lead you to the next page, which is for the payment and to finally submit the application. You need to pay first the required fees before the college will process your application. You can pay by credit card online, or you can mail a check or a money order. After you submit your application and the college received your fees, it usually would take like 10 to 15 days to create a list of documents that would support your application. For the documents from outside Ontario, just like mine, this process would usually take approximately 30 days or 1 month. For some of these documents, you have to send it to the college, but for others, you have to ask the institution to send them directly to the college. So it would be institution to institution, from the university to the college. That's it. If any document is not in English or French, you must arrange for it to be translated. So I have here the list of requirements that the college required me to submit to support my application. I'm gonna share this with all of you. I'm gonna write this down for you to see in text. Once your application has been processed and the college is ready to certify you, you will need to pay an annual membership fee. The college will email you the information about the fee and the payment options. And lastly, it is your responsibility to log in regularly to check on the status of your application. And after submitting all those requirements they asked for me, I finally had the result last March. Yes, just before this pandemic began. And I was super happy because the result was very far from what I expected. Yes, they gave me, or they granted me the license right away without giving any condition. They even gave me 2 additional qualifications. Yeah, I feel so blessed and favored, really. And because of that, I also want to share this blessing with you by giving you some tips. So, tip number 1 is that if you're still in your home country, it would be a lot better to do the process now while you're still there. It's a lot less stressful to do the gathering of all the documents yourself. That's a really great tip. That's tip number 1. Okay, second is that there's a portion there where they ask you for a document to support your English proficiency. So they ask you to take an English proficiency test or an IELTS result. What I did is that I just took chance of submitting a certificate of English as a medium of instruction from our university. And mind you, it worked. So less hassle. I didn't take IELTS, but I had a license. Third tip is that if you are in a graduate studies now, please finish it first before applying to the college, because it would be a great help for your application. That is the reason why they don't require me to take short courses here to upgrade my education. And it is also the reason why they gave me 2 additional qualifications, which are Special Education Part 1 and Special Education Part 2. So please finish your master's degree or your graduate studies before coming here or before applying. Fourth tip is that when you're already here in Canada, apply for a job that is related to teaching while you're still waiting for your certification, so that you will have a real Canadian experience written in your resume that is relevant to your profession. So I hope these 4 tips that I gave you, you're gonna apply them when you apply to the college. And I really hope that you learned something from this video and also be able to inspire you somehow to pursue your dreams. You can do it.